Alright guys, I am here to get you in the know about smartphones on a couple different networks that I have personally worked with. As you may know from my Facebook, I post a lot about smartphones, and I have a big review on iPhone versus Droid. It's been, God, I want to say like 5-6 months already since I've owned my Droid, and I just wanted to share with you a few points that I've noticed from it. A few comparisons that I did not see coming versus the iPhone, and just overall what you should be looking for when you're going to look for a new phone. First off, I think one of the most important things you need to keep in mind is the coverage of your area. Now, I live most of the year in the Fargo-Moorhead area, which is notoriously horrible for anything besides Verizon. So for me, the smartest choice was to go to Verizon. And the best phone that I believe that they have on Verizon is the DROID or the DROID Ares. But if you're in an area where AT&T is very strong, you have 3G there, like if you're in Minneapolis or St. Cloud, and you have strong 3G, strong coverage, and you don't usually go out of that area, and you're not concerned about needing your data network when you're outside of that area, I would highly recommend the iPhone. Out of all the phones that I've owned, the iPhone is still one of my favorite phones. It's a very strong phone. It's very easy to use, very user-friendly, and you can't argue with the amount of applications on the App Store, with the ease of integrating with your iTunes. I mean, I don't know anyone that really doesn't use iTunes to manage their music. So as far as that respect goes, the iPhone is a great phone. It's very clean. It runs just fine the way it needs to. The only thing that I have against the iPhone is it took them 3 models, essentially like 4 years, 3-4 years, to actually get us MMS, a technology that's been around for the better part of a decade, which that to me is a huge fault in the phone. It has it now, but it was a huge fault in the phone. The initial the first 2 models of the phone launched without a video camera. Again, a huge fault. They have it now in the latest 3GS model. Another main problem with it is it does not multitask, and it is locked down pretty extensively now. They're locking it down. If I were to ever get another iPhone, I would jailbreak it just to get out of those restrictions, because I prefer to have a phone that can do a little bit more, and that's really where the Droid comes in. Now, what I really like about the Droid is that it's got the full keyboard, and it has just a beautiful display. This display is actually nicer than the iPhone, and I don't think anyone that has seen both is really going to argue with you on that. One thing in the iPhone's favor, if you are thinking about going iPhone, is the touchscreen is incredibly accurate. The Droid is not as accurate, and it causes some headaches at times, but it's workable. But the main thing to realize is that it really comes down to where your network is at. Pretty much every flaw that I've seen in this from Google's Android operating system has either been fixed or is going to be fixed in the upcoming 2.1 software update for this. It's a less mature operating system than Apple's iPhone operating system, especially when it comes to like this phone, which is a fault of Android. They're fragmented a lot. But in any case, I would highly recommend this phone or the DROID Ares. I have heard great things about if you're going to Verizon. If you're going on AT&T, you have a good network with AT&T where you're at, definitely pick up an iPhone. One thing I would recommend is that you always sync your contacts to Google. iPhone has the ability to do this. The Droid does because it's a Google phone. If you're going to Sprint, I haven't been on Sprint for the better part of a decade, but if you are going to go to Sprint, I would suggest picking up either a Palm Pre or an Android phone. Probably more likely an Android phone if you actually want something that's going to be worth anything in a couple years. Basically, this is because Palm, their market share is going down and down with the expansion of the iPhone and the recent expansion of the Android operating system with their new smartphones they're coming out with. So just keep that in mind. I always try to look towards the long term of what's going to suit me better, what's going to give me the less hassles in the long run. And for me, when I made the change, it was the right decision because Verizon is the only network that really is worth a damn up in Fargo. And for those of you that do have a Droid, I just got this case today. Initially, when I bought the phone, I got a case from the Verizon store with the belt holster. I like holding it, clipping it onto my belt. And the problem with that is that it had 3 like grip panels that were like here, here, and one down here, and you slid it in lengthwise. The problem with this versus my old solution with that for my iPhone was my iPhone just slid in. This one you had to kind of force it in because it was very tight. Then that case ended up breaking, which made the phone not fit anymore. And in general, it was just a pain to use. Like I said, I just got this case today. I've heard some good things and bad things about this case fitting. Sometimes they can not fit very well. I don't know if they've done the second manufacturing run on this to fix those issues. But in the other case, it seems to fit just phenomenally well on mine. And this little belt clip just kind of locks in like that, very easy. And I'm very happy with it. It's a very, very elegant design, very clean design. It seems to be done very well. I'll post a link to this, to the case and the clip in the linky thing over there. So yeah, I hope this gave you some information. Please feel free to post some questions on my Facebook or on this YouTube page if you're wondering anything more about the specific phones, the pluses or minus to the phones, the differences in how the networks work, because I know a little bit about that now. I researched a little bit about that, the GSM and the CDMA, if you know what that is. But yeah, definitely if you're going Verizon, pick up one of these guys, Droids. You will not be disappointed. And definitely if you're going to be on AT&T, pick up an iPhone. I guarantee you will not be disappointed with an iPhone. Yeah, thanks for watching.